Good afternoon, Spencer County. On this beautiful day, I want to take a moment to address you on this platform, although it's been a while, because we do have some news. The first and foremost is that today, our staff members that have chosen to do so has had their second vaccination. Now, some folks have inquired as to why we are not in school tomorrow, Thursday the 11th. It is an NTI day. It's because other mass vaccinations on the second dose, we have seen other agencies, other cadres, other groups have such a reaction as it relates to sickness and side effects that they've had to call off. And when you consider 280 staff members getting their second vaccination on the last day, even if we only have 10% call in sick, that's still more than we can staff fully with substitutes. So we will be out of school tomorrow. It will be an NTI day. And much like this video, I hope that's the last NTI day that we have to use during my tenure in Spencer County. Like this is the last time that I hope I've got to do one of these videos. I do appreciate Mike Gross coming in on short notice and helping me out with this, but we did want to get the message out quickly. With the second vaccination also comes the expectation to go back to school. The Board of Education did vote Monday night to return to school 5 days a week beginning on our return from spring break, April 6th. That will be the first day back. I've already been asked if a hybrid option will still be available. It will not. We'll either be 5 days a week or we'll be full virtual if you choose to do so. I know that we still have several parents, upwards of 18 to 20% have elected to utilize virtual. But between now and next Friday, the 19th, if you want to make a change, now's the time to do so. Originally, we had thought it best to do it by semesters, but considering the opportunity to get our students back in front of us 5 days a week, and considering the failure rates across a broad audience of our students from all ages, we felt like we need to open this opportunity up and try to get as many of our kids back in the classroom in front of teachers as possible. As you're aware, now that numbers are declining, now that we are through the 1C group into vaccinations and beginning to look forward to doing group 2, numbers are going down, quarantines within the schools are going down, cases in Spencer County and the Commonwealth in general are going down. However, the mask mandate is still in effect. Will still be expected. Temperature checks will still take place before students are dropped off or enter the building. The only thing that has been reduced is the 6-foot social distancing. Although it is a recommendation, it is no longer a mandate. So please remember that when making your selection on whether to return 5 days a week or remain virtual. Although buses, in most classrooms will not have social distancing, again, depending on the numbers, they will have masks. The times that students will not have masks at breakfast and lunch, there will be social distancing. And to do that, we will be utilizing not only the cafeteria, but the gymnasium, as well as an outdoor venue, considering the return from spring break usually brings with it nice weather. A few other things that's taking place right now, we will be further reducing class sizes for the last 9 weeks. We've utilized some of the stimulus funds from the COVID package to employ additional adults to reduce cap sizes. I know it's not a perfect scenario, but when we have as much unrest as we've had throughout this year as it relates to transitions, starting again, stopping again, something different, if we can get through a 9-week period with our students in front of us, we feel that those retentions or those likely retentions based on the massive number of failures we're seeing won't be as necessary as it relates to summer school and the following year. Now, summer school is another option. The one thing that I want to stress, if you are failing a class, please consider coming back 5 days a week. We know that although summer school will be a 6-week scenario this year, the last 9 weeks and a 6-week scenario, full virtual, it may not be enough to give you a passing grade. So please consider this as you make your selection. We want to remove any barrier or obstacle that we can from keeping kids in the current grade or repeating the grade that they're in this year, if it's at all possible. And that's why the necessity to go back 5 days a week and to have a very intervention-rich summer school made up. We'll also be employing more adults, and I've made a comment to several folks. I know that we've got even parents that may be interested in being in the school with their children, some on volunteer basis, some not. We will be hiring several other people that's going to take place with the custodians and helping the custodians, not necessarily custodian routines, but simply wiping down, sanitizing behind students. With double the students coming back, we also understand we've got double the work. We have much more equipment coming in, many more supplies coming in. That shouldn't be a problem. But once again, that choice is yours to make. We just need to know by Friday the 19th so we can make appropriate arrangements as it relates to bus routes, as it relates to classroom sizes, and so forth. Now, the last thing that I need to make sure that we're aware of, as it was with the understanding beginning the year, if you are to remain virtual, you are expected to have your own Wi-Fi access. Because of coming back full-time and no longer under the governor's mandate, the Wi-Fi hotspots issued by the schools will be turned off the first day of spring break, March 29th, so we don't get into another billing cycle in another billing month. So if you have one of the school hotspots, the district issued hotspots for Wi-Fi access, they will be turned off at the end of this month, which is March 29th or 30th, the Monday or Tuesday of spring break. So again, evaluate that information before making a final decision on whether to return 5 days a week or to remain virtual. I do hope that as we approach a year of this, and we see the progress made, and I know the desire of our staff, our teachers, our adults to get our children back and to provide them the absolute best that we can with the short amount of time we have. I do think this is a step in the right direction. Although it's not normal, it's certainly a step into normalcy. We are approaching 1 year since we've had all of our students in front of us last. It's been a difficult year for many of us, for many different reasons. Again, it's a situation that none of us was at fault for, but it was a situation that all of us had to come together to address. And I'm so proud of our community in doing just that. Thank you. God bless. Have a great day.